Hi guys, today I'm taking you with me on a day in the life. I'm off work at the moment, so I'm trying to focus a lot on my illustrations and get some things done. I've been doing a little bit of work. What's wrong with my voice? I've been doing a little bit of work on the laptop this morning, but it's freezing, but it's also really sunny outside, so I think I'm just gonna take my iPad, go to a coffee shop and do a little bit of work there. So yeah, come along with me. Just going to freshen up a little bit so that I don't look too dead. Also exciting news, I have been hello back there. I have been working on a planner, and after months of work it is now finally in print, so I'm very excited to show that with you guys once that's ready. A bit of eyebrow filling. Phone is slipping again. So yes, the planner should be here next week, and hopefully everything is good to go and nothing needs to be changed. But I really need, don't know where my little phone tripod is, but this is just not working. So 1 second. Okay, that should do it. Yes, so next week hopefully the planners are here, just for me to proof it and then go into so yes, hopefully the planner should be here next week just for me to proof it and then go into final printing, and then it will be put up on my Etsy shop. I've a bit of mascara. Got it on my jumper. Thank goodness I'm not a beauty blogger, because this would be horrible. And yeah. Hi guys, it is the next day. So today I wanted to talk about the things I've learned since opening my Etsy or online shop in general. This is not just specifically to Etsy, but yeah, so things like, what I've underestimated, what went well, but yes, mainly things that I've underestimated. Because actually managing an online shop is a lot more than I thought, just in terms of little things that I did not think about beforehand, or I sort of thought about it but didn't see them as important as they actually are now that I've realized it. And yes, so first things first, I would probably say throughout the whole process of creating products is timeline. This is now the second big product that I'm launching at the moment, and again, I've underestimated the timeline a lot. So ideally, I would have had this ready, at least 2-3 weeks ago. But it's now very tight again. So you sort of, sometimes you miss that sweet spot, especially if your products are tied to a holiday or, a specific season. It just took a lot longer than I thought, even just, the obviously creating it, but also sort of sending it to the printer, them sending things back because, certain things need to be altered, and then the sort of back and forth communication between them and me, and having that then finally ready for printing took a lot longer. Obviously this is also my first time really printing, so I'm still learning a lot. So I do value sort of the feedback that they give me, obviously, or things that I do need to change, but I just did not calculate that into the time that is needed. Okay, another issue that I've had, and I would say that this is something that's very unpredictable and obviously is not something that would usually happen, but just as I opened my shop and sort of had my first few orders, Royal Mail had a big incident. Things did not get shipped. A lot of things, were delayed. First there was the strike, then there was the cyber incident. So, some of my products didn't arrive, especially abroad, for quite a long time, and obviously that's sort of not the best experience for customers, especially as a new shop. You want everything to go smoothly. You're already probably not doing everything perfectly as you would want to, but then having that as well, and people having to wait for their products, and you don't really have information on how long it will take, where it is, what is the status of my order. I have no idea. It's somewhere in the warehouse until I don't know when. So that was not great at all. But fortunately, I think Royal Mail sorted it all out. I haven't heard from anybody that they have not received it yet. I tried to sort of send out emails just to double check, but not everybody got back to me. So I'm hoping that no news is good news. Yeah. Another big challenge I found was getting people to give you reviews. And I kind of understand it because I'm also horrible at giving reviews. Even when I love the products, I'll say, oh, I'll do it. I'll write a review another time, and then I just completely forget about it. So, I do understand. But as a new business with, where you're still, just starting out, not having a lot of sales, reviews are so crucial, and yet it's just almost impossible. And I know that Etsy sends a reminder email for reviews as well, but I think you can opt out on it as a customer. But even then, I don't always read the emails sent to me. Well, the ones like for my online shopping that I personally do. So it's that part is, I'm finding it quite hard. So what I wanted to do instead is to have a little, I mean, I've sort of done a thank you card, just a handwritten thank you card, but I think I might print out a few and it just sort of also say like, you know, hey, I'd really be super grateful if you can leave me a review, maybe even like offer like a little discount. Oh no, I don't think you can do that. That sort of sounds like bribery now. But no, just sort of, you know, maybe sort of a personal message like, you know, oh, I'd really appreciate if you could leave me a review. Maybe that would sort of help. I don't know. Do you guys have any tips? Please do let me know. Because yes, I think that's something that I definitely need to get more of. Yes. What else? This coffee is really hot. What else? So I would say those things are sort of the main things that I've noticed. Another smaller things is the packaging. I'm still sort of figuring out how to package items the best way so that it looks good but is also sustainable. So I don't want to have a lot of waste and a lot of, you know, plastic, but I also want it to look nice when it arrives, and obviously that, you know, making sure that nothing gets damaged as well. So this is something that I'm still working on and I'm still researching that as well. Let's see, postage costs. I knew it wasn't cheap to send things abroad, but oh my gosh, it is expensive, especially in the US. I think I miscalculated it a lot, especially if somebody buys more than one product, because then obviously it's heavier as well, and I did not calculate that in. And yes, I've had a few shocking moments when I bought the postage label. I'm like, ooh, that is actually, you know, quite expensive. Not sure how much profit I'm doing on this order. So this is something that I still need to look at as well. Obviously, high postage costs or shipping costs is something that would deter a lot of customers as well. So I did hear from others that maybe it's good to more like raise the product prices but keeping the shipping costs quite low. So I might try that. Yes. Yeah. It's been a learning curve for sure, but I really enjoyed it as well. And I think the feeling of getting orders was quite, you know, it just feels like, yay, you know, people are actually buying from me. I mean, it's still very, you know, very small amount of orders that I've received so far, but you know, it's a start. Everybody starts somewhere, and I'm, you know, I'm not kind of giving up hope just because it wasn't as much as I've wanted to. But then I also need to look a lot more into the marketing process. I've tried to do Instagram ads, but for some reason, I don't know, I've just had a lot of difficulties with that. I don't think my ad actually went out, so I need to look into that a little bit more. Blogging as well, finding the time to keep up with that has been quite challenging. The same with sort of, you know, creating a lot of content on social media is something that I want to do a lot more consistently as well. And sort of, I think networking outside of social media, so face-to-face networking, is something that I definitely struggle with because I'm an introvert. I don't like to sound like salesy. You know, if I meet new people, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, check out my calendar, my planner, look at this. It makes me feel really awkward. So I'm still sort of learning that, because that is quite crucial as well. I also want to look into different like creative markets around London, and then sort of getting a stall there as well. I've missed the deadline a few times, unfortunately, because I found out about them way too late. So this is something that I also need to improve on a lot. So basically, I need to improve on everything. But at least I know where I need to improve, and I can really work on that. But yes, things that did go well is that, you know, I don't know, I mean, obviously I was hoping for sales, but also part of me was like, no, you know, it's just testing out the waters. So I was quite pleased that I did get, you know, sales on my calendars, on my tote bags as well, which was really nice. And having the option to buy your postage labels through Etsy was a lot easier than having to, you know, sort all of that out yourselves, especially with sending things abroad. So yes, and to be honest, it's just really fun as well. So I just really enjoyed it, and I'd love to, you know, just keep adding onto my shop. So I'm still waiting on my test print for my planners, my Ramadan planners, which are due to arrive next week. So I'm really excited for that. It is a little bit tight again. Ideally, I would have had that, you know, 2 weeks ago, and would have already started, you know, creating videos and marketing content, social media content with that, ready for Ramadan. So it is a little bit tight in terms of timeline, so we'll see. But the way I did the planners was that it's not bound to a certain year, so you can add your own dates to it. So even if you know, this year doesn't work out as much just because it's too close to the actual Ramadan date, then, you know, that's something I can still look at for next year. So yes, fingers crossed. But yeah, let's see. Anything else? Let me think. Yeah, so if you have gone through this process yourselves as well, have your own online shop or only recently opened your online shop, I'd love to hear how your experience was, you know, what you've learned from it, what your challenges were, or, you know, what kind of things you liked about it. So yes, I'm going to do a bit more painting today. I've got a few projects that I need to finish. So yeah, let's do that. As usual, the cat is sleeping. What a life. So I've been working on more food illustrations. I just now need to add in a bit of highlights. This is a Korean sweet lentil dish that you eat with rice, and it's ultimate comfort food and quite fast to make as well. So it literally takes no time to make, and it's really tasty and nutritious, and yeah, ideal for kind of weekday dinners.